Do you feel, this goes to Mark first, do you feel the county commissioner meetings should be more accessible to the public to attend? Why or why not? You have addressed that already, all three of you have. You can address it again. And also, if you would like to address, and this is where I'm taking some leeway, I know all three of you all have been campaigning very hard across this county. You've heard a lot of concerns from people that live in this county. So if you want to take part of that time and talk about the concerns that you have seen and you have heard that's really struck close to your heart, that's really made a difference in your campaigning.
One of the biggest concerns that I have heard is why you have to raise taxes. That's everybody's concern. Right now, it started, a lot of people hadn't cared about it, about raising taxes, like Tim said, until you go to get in their pocketbook, people's gonna get interested. I mean, a lot of people sit back and let things go, but you get their pocketbook, you get their attention. But one of the main concerns is the taxes. And like I said, there's several ways to go about that. You got to start at the bottom and start going through everything. You could start using the purchase, or you have to start using purchase orders. They say you can't track money. I say you can. I say you can track it, but right now I haven't seen the numbers, but it's not being kept up too well. Another concern in this county, and these people do not understand it. Some of y'all in here probably do. I was on the Bradford School Board for 6 years. They voted to raise taxes one time while I was on there. I voted against it because it was 30 days after the tornadoes come through Bradford. And some of them people had just lost everything they had, but for some reason, some on the school board thought that we was going to lose tax revenue. With me being in the construction business, I didn't think we would. And we didn't, because they had their house insurance paid more money, and they had their house built back before the year was up. So their taxes doubled, we still got them. And where a lot of people gets confused in Gibson County is your Bradford, or your, not Bradford, well Bradford is one, but all your special school districts. Because one thing makes our taxes so high, yeah, we do have a low county tax rate, 72 cents. Each individual school system can raise it and lower its own taxes. And I think a couple of them have just raised them, if I'm correct. But you take Weakley County, it just come out, there was some figures in the paper where Weakley County, I'm just using the Weakley as an example. Weakley County's taxes total, school and all, are $1.30. That their school and everything is involved. You take the average school system in Bradford, and wow, I keep saying Bradford, I guess that's where I'm from. But anyway, I've done an average, and you take the average school plus the 72 cents, and you have average $2.60. So we're actually paying in Gibson County double what Weakley County is. And a lot of this confusion, and it upsets people because we don't communicate our commission and elected officials. I don't think.
I've had the opportunity to campaign since February, and I've got to say it's been one of the greatest experiences of my life. I've got to meet people I never got to meet, and I've got to hear their concerns. And by far the biggest concern out there right now that I've heard is what are we going to do to put people back to work? People are afraid. People are drawing unemployment. Their unemployment's about to run out, and I feel their pain. I'll be honest with you, I've drawn unemployment, and I know what it's like to draw an unemployment check and not have it pay but half your bills and wonder where the rest of it's going to come from. I've been there. I know the fears they feel. But even when I was drawing unemployment, we had prospects. You know, I knew that if I got out and beat the bushes hard enough, that I'd find something eventually that helps sustain me. The people out there that now are drawing unemployment, they don't have that. They don't have that opportunity. We have to do more to provide that to them. We've heard a lot of talk about the mega site in Haywood County. Gibson County's already got a mega site across from Walmart and Humboldt. A lot of people don't know that. We have a county-wide industrial park, almost 600 acres. How many of you in here tonight didn't know the county owns, that you own, the taxpayers, of nearly 600-acre industrial park in Humboldt? How many did not know that? You just show of hands. That's right. The reason you don't know it because it doesn't even have a sign at the entrance. It didn't have a sign at all until I put one there 3 weeks ago saying elect Tom Witherspoon Gibson County Mayor. That's the truth. It's the sad truth. We can do better than that. Let's do the infrastructure upgrades in that industrial park to make it viable. If we get a manufacturer to come here now and say, hey, let's go show you our industrial park, all we can do is take them out there and show them our crops. We don't even have a road going through that industrial park. We don't have a sidewalk. We don't have a power line. I'd like to see us get a machine shop built right in the heart of that industrial park. That'd do a lot of things for us. It'd provide activity inside that park. It'd give us the opportunity to build infrastructure, and it'd let manufacturers know that they've got support industry right there next door to them. They'll be there in 5 minutes to help them if they need it. Let's get it up and going. We've already made the investment. You know, we've already spent nearly $6,000 an acre for this industrial park. Let's spend a little more and get it up to standard and make it viable. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the best thing we can do to help the people of Gibson County now. I know it's going to help me if we do that as Gibson County's industrial recruiter if I'm elected. Thank you.
Okay. Part A. Do you feel that the county commissioner meetings should be more accessible to the public to attend? If so, why or why not? And many of you have already addressed that. So on your campaigning out in the county, what are the concerns that you've seen from the citizens across Gibson County that's really touched you the most?
Yes, I think our county commissions could be made more accessible, and I've talked to other commissioners about it already. And they've always been at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, on the second Monday of every other month. But to open it up to folks that could come at night, we'd even talked about maybe having it in those off months, having a meeting at night in the off months and going to a monthly schedule, because we have too many late file resolutions that come up to us every time we meet. We about have as many late files as we do regular resolutions that we don't have time to study. And if we went to a monthly meeting, we'd be able to look at all the resolutions and have time to study them before we voted on them. And yes, I think taxes is the major issue on everybody's mind today. And our industrial park at Humboldt, when we were in the first phases of getting that done, we had a company come in here and kept asking for more land and more studies done. And if 9/11 had not hit, we were sitting in the driver's seat to have a 1,500 job factory from Winchester sitting there. But 9/11 hit and everything got thrown on halt, and they decided to go a different direction. So we've had a lot of looks, and because of that, we are setting it deal ready to where if a professional site consultant gets on the internet and looks at that park, sees 550 acres there, it's got the rail, it's got the 4-lane, it's got the utilities, it's got the sewer, it's got the water, and it's met over 100 criteria to be called deal ready. So they know what we've already done and the processes we've already taken to be at this place on that park. So we haven't sat around and not done anything. And as far as the taxes, our 72-cent tax rate for running county services, and y'all know we have all our special school systems and our city schools that our county commission cannot do anything about and has no jurisdiction over. So all we have jurisdiction over is our county services. And our 72-cent tax rate is the lowest in the state for providing county services. I've got the book in my truck to prove it if anybody's got any questions on that. But looking in the Tennessee Statistical Magazine, it puts all the information out. Our 72 cents is the lowest in the state. So I think we've done a pretty frugal job of running our county services on a tight budget. Thank you.